Hey, 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 girl bosses, and thank you for coming back to another episode of Pink Radio with Prestige. Once again, I'm your host, Nicole Doss, CEO and founder of the Prestige Society, and I am so happy that you are here because we are going to talk about how you are going to prepare your brand or your business for the holidays. Before we get started, I always love to do an update. So one of the biggest updates is that I know I haven't been the greatest in trying to keep up with the Facebook group. And so that's something I really do want to change, especially over the holidays. So that's something where I want to get back into our routine where every Monday I post our new episode link. And then Wednesdays we do a little lunch and chat where we talk about the episode in a little bit more detail. And then on Fridays we do a free fall or freestyle Fridays where we kind of talk about anything around anything. Actually, I used to just do documentaries I love, but I decided that let's get a little crazy and try to do something a little bit different and focus on something that you guys want to talk about. So we could do an Ask Me Anything Friday. We can, whatever you want, that's what we can discuss. We can post on Friday. You want to post something about your company, your brand. Let's do that all on Fridays. So I'll try to get back into that this week. Super excited for that. And also, I don't know if you guys remember, but on Friday, I shared that for the entire weekend, which was last weekend, I was going to let you guys use the Black Friday code so that you can get 40% off of the planners and journals and workbooks. Oh, my workshop. And so if you did not get your ticket, I hate to tell you, but you missed your chance to get 40% off. This is something that's going to happen December 10th through the 12th. Super excited about this. If you really want to have some insight into how to create planners, workbooks, journals, you name it, for your business and your brand, please take this class. This is something that really will help any service-based business in creating products outside of things like merchandise. Don't worry, we are going to talk about how you create merchandise as well, but this is something that I really want you guys to take into consideration. And the cool thing about this is that if you've never created a self-published branded item, this is definitely the class where we show you how to do that. So I always say if you're an event planner, you should be creating your bridal planners so that that's the first thing brides want to buy the minute that they're, boo pops the question. If you are a fitness coach, creating a meal planner or a workout tracker that gives them some kind of access to a system that you've created to help your clients get results should be something that people are purchasing from you, especially if they don't have the opportunity to work with you for whatever the reason may be. Also I always talk about it. If you don't want to look at it from a business to customer standpoint, you can look at it from a business to business standpoint where you are learning about or teaching others in the industry how they can better, let's say, manage their time. So what comes to mind for me are those who are in a baking business. So if there's something that you're baking and you're taking a lot of orders, really being able to have the right time management so that you understand, what you need to do when you get the orders to ensure that you're meeting the customer's expectations on when orders are going to be complete. And especially during the holidays when you're getting lots of orders, having that time management is definitely important. So now you're not just creating products for those who are considered business to customer, those buying your suites, but you're also now looking at things that you're selling that's business to business because you're helping other bakers, if you will, be able to really manage and streamline their business. So when you're doing these things, these are all just even like little baby steps into opening doors for you to be able to do other things. Like now you're seen as a subject matter expert. Now people are asking you to go ahead and speak on their panel. Now you have something to sell when you go speak. So those are things that you literally you don't think that when you create that thing that leads to all those different things. But I will tell you that branded published works really do help in building your repertoire of what it is that you as a brand offer to your tribe. So definitely take the class. The class is only $49.99. That's starting. So if you just want to attend the class and get your gems, learn how to use some of these, great applications that I'm teaching, then great. $49.99 gets you access to all of that for 3 days. But if you want to be able to learn a little bit more or have one-on-one time with me, then there's a $79.99 price point where you get an additional one-on-one coaching session with me where we talk a little bit more, give you feedback on what you're creating and helping you in that space. So I'm really super excited for the class. I'm actually trying to wrap up the design of the class now so that I can rest in between. What is that, like a whole week rest in between the time before we actually get teaching? So super excited. Go to theprestigesociety.com. You can see the link for the class there. I'll also add the link to the class in the show notes. So please feel free to join us there. I am keeping space very limited only because this is a hands-on class and you cannot be hands-on if there's way too many people in the class. So without further ado, let's just jump right into today's session. So we're talking about preparing your brand for the holidays. This is something that's really important because one or two things usually happen during the holidays. We either become so overwhelmed by what happens personally with ourselves, our family, maintaining family, getting presents, all that wonderful stuff that happens during this time of year. So usually that's what we're so overwhelmed with that we kind of neglect the business, or we get slammed with so many orders with our business that we really forget to take care of ourselves. And so I really want to give you 3 things that I would love for you to focus on this season that will give you an all-encompassing view of how you should prepare your brand. And let's just be honest, like your girl has to take heed as well, because I can either become so inundated with family or just so inundated with the business and not really have a fair balance of both. And so really making sure that I'm having that fair balance is really important for me, especially because this year just feels different. Let's just be honest. It's not that it feels different, it is different. And so I really want to make sure that not only that I share these gems, but that I'm taking heed as well. So let's just jump right into it. So there's 3 parts of it. First part's going to be what you need to focus on for your business. The second piece is what you need to focus on for your tribe. And then the third piece is what you need to focus on for you as the CEO, for you, the person who runs the day-to-day operations for your company. And so what I really want you to do is get a notebook, take some notes, and we're going to break each section down. So the first thing for you is, let's focus on your business. The first thing I want you to do is really begin to start preparing your brand by drumming up marketing. And I got to tell you, for these bosses out here in 2020, I know COVID is a whole hot mess, but I am telling you, it is driving ambition within bosses in a way that I can't necessarily say that I've seen before. So the fact that you guys are really pushing and really thriving and making sure that people are seeing, I literally woke up this morning and one particular boss flooded my entire timeline with her new apparel line. And I was like, yes. And I know before we talked about like flooding timelines can seem aggressive and blah, blah, blah. But I have to say that she flooded the timeline with like really high quality flood posts. So it's like, it was flood worthy. It was like, come flood this here timeline with all of these pop-in photos of this fabulous new apparel line because it was amazing. So definitely, start drumming up that marketing, making sure that you are consistently in your tribe's feed, making sure that you are sending out emails. Oh, when I tell you, this is one of like my hardest things. It's like, and it's not that it's hard, because it's not hard, but it's just one of those things that I do not take advantage of. And here's the really bad thing about that. So 10% of what you have, and I think I cannot remember this. Oh, no. You're supposed to make $1 on every person that you have per month in your email contact list. That's what it is. So on average, you should generate $1 per person per email. So what does that mean? That means if you have an email contact list of 400 people a month, you should be averaging $400 in sales based on what you put into your email. So when I say that equation, do not think that means that each person is buying $1 worth of product from you, because you probably, like myself, don't even have anything that's $1 on your website. But what I mean by that is that when they use that equation, they're basically saying that based on the content, quality of the content, the timing of the content, and the engagement from your contact list, you should be able to make at least whatever that one times your contact list dollar amount in your, for revenue. And if that's the case, I mean, if you should be making $400 in a month just off of what you're doing from your emails, and that should be driving that many sales, then, and most people really strive actually to have a minimum of 1,000. So if you have a minimum of 1,000 people in your contact list and you are generating $1,000 a month off of email and you aren't capitalizing on email marketing, that should show you how, like, when I say it's a shame that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do with email marketing, that is what I mean, that there's like serious dollars that I have left on the table, all because I swear I'm too busy. But after chatting with you boos, I realized I'm not too busy. So we're going to go ahead and grab those coins. So when we talk about drumming up your marketing, we're not just talking about what you're doing on Instagram or on Facebook, but we also mean what you're doing on email marketing. If you guys have a podcast, make sure you share whatever it is that you're marketing out there on your podcast as well. So that way people are aware of what it is that you're doing for the holidays, so that you're able to get more eyes, more hands, more clicks onto your website, onto your Insta page or your Facebook page or what have you. Wherever it is that you market, wherever your platforms thrive the most, spend some time drumming up marketing in that space. As you are drumming up that marketing, I want you to keep something fundamentally in mind. I want you to practice having laser focus on at least 2 to the most 3 different kind of consumer personas. So what do I mean by that? Well, I just told you guys about my course that I'm doing. And in my mind, I've created consumer personas that I could easily see benefiting from this course. I told you about the cupcake boss. I told you about the fitness boss. I told you about the event planner boss. These are literally consumer profiles or consumer personas that I could see having just immediate benefits to taking the course, being able to create this product, and then being able to see residual income from what I've taught in that class. And so that's what I speak to every time I market the class. When you're selling something, when you're talking about the marketing, do not try to do catch-all, because you are not for everyone. And I know you want to be. I know you feel like you really are. And the more you feel like you're for everyone, the more you're missing your target audience. Because you're just not. I know I'm not for everyone, and I'm okay with that, because that means that there's a tribe of people out there who need my help, and that's who I'm there for. If you want me to be an event planner, just work with me so you know what I'm saying. If you want me to be an event planner who puts on really cute, glam, boss events, then that's not who I am. I actually hate putting on events. If you want someone who is going to share with you her knowledge, if you want someone who is going to share gems with you, someone who's going to connect you to people, I'm there for you all day. That's who I am. And so that means that for the people who want to attend an event that makes them feel great, they're not going to get their boss needs met if they come to me, because I'm not providing what they need at all through my business or my brand. But for the girl boss who has been in business for about 5 years, feels stuck, can't understand what the missing parts are, and wants to understand fundamentally what are the pieces that she's missing, I'm your girl all day. Let's break this all down. Let's work. Let's put some goals together, and let's go ahead and have our bomb business. So you have to understand who's your marketing profile, essentially. And if you haven't taken the time to do any research on who it is you're providing your business for, what ends up happening is that you create messaging that looks all over the place. And when it's all over the place, it never grabs any one person. And marketing is embedded in everything. It's embedded in your lives that you have. It's embedded in the words of wisdom that you share on your posts. It's embedded in whatever product that you create, and then how you share that messaging with people. So really be very conscious of the messaging and what the messaging says, whether it's an image you use, the caption that you write. Just be very cognizant of it and ask yourself, is it speaking to about 2 or 3 different business personas? Because if it's not, then once again, it's going to seem very generic. And let me tell you what happens to a generic post. It's scroll worthy. You know what that means? That means I see it, I scroll. I see it, I scroll. But if there's something that catches my eye, if there's something that says, oh, wait, that's for me, I stop. I read more. I want to know what can I look at? And that doesn't mean that person automatically buys. That just means that person is automatically interested, because then the work has to continue with you to actually hook them so that you can continue to reel them in. Once again, that is something where if you are wearing multiple hats like me, then you also find that sometimes you aren't spending that time cultivating that message, and that's what you have to spend your time on. I realized for me, that was what I had to really shift gears and spend my time doing, because once again, I was missing great opportunities in connecting the dots. So what do I mean by connecting the dots? Taking those who are interested and then reeling them in. So now they're interested, they love the brand, but now what do we do to connect the dots to then convert that into a sale? So these are the things I really want you to think about. So like we said, the first part is for your business. It's for the brand, right? So that would start prepping your brand by drumming up your marketing. And like I said, when you drum up that marketing, I want you to then think about where you are marketing, how often you're marketing, what platforms are you completely leaving on the table, thinking of those things, but then also making sure that whatever messaging you're using in that marketing, that it is directed to 2 or 3 different kind of consumer personas that really fit your brand. Now, the second piece of this is going to be creating something for your tribe. So I want you to think about discounts. And I know that it's really hard, especially if you use maybe drop shipping as an option, or if you haven't found a vendor that can give you X amount of dollars for something cheaper. So the price point of what you're buying things isn't as cheap, or even if your amount of revenue that or your return on investment seems to be really small, then it's really hard sometimes to be able to say like, oh man, I want to give this discount, because that really cuts into what you can get. But here's what discounts do. So Fashion and Textiles is this textbook that they use in the fashion industry. And basically they state that price discounts have a positive influence on perceived savings, which we already know, right? Like, I was trying to see, like, what does it drive for consumers? I'm really obsessed with consumer behavior. And it was literally, they put a lot of, like, word salad all around that line. But ultimately, it just came down to price discounts have a positive influence on perceived savings. So what does that ultimately mean? Simple. Ultimately means that customers love savings. So if you're able to give people discount codes and have them fall in love with the products, then what you really need to do is then get them in so they come back for more. So, they love the product. They really want something else. So now they can come back and they can see. And this time, maybe even if they don't get at a sales point or a sales discounted price, then the cool thing is that they love the brand. So they're going to buy something else from the brand. We'll talk about how you loop them in and what that feedback loop looks like. But the whole point is that it's the lure for the holidays. The cool thing is that if you have this happening in large amounts, then ultimately it's the quantity that's going to help you actually see some kind of residual income from even giving a discounted price to the tribe. So really think about what can you do that will help your tribe feel like they're saving, but also make it easy for them. One of the things my favorite woman, second favorite woman, because my first favorite woman in the entire world is my mother, Suzette Jackson. Hey, love my mom. She is like Claire Huxtable, like reimagined, straight from Brooklyn, New York, straight, like just super classy, but we'll read you in a minute, and love her to pieces. So I do not mean that woman, my mama, but I do mean Darlene Williams. And Darlene Williams definitely played a huge part in my life in helping me understand business, like how to operate as a leader. And she is really one that believes in like growing your village. And one of the things that Darlene used to always say to me is, she would just ask these questions, and she always called me by my last name. So she would say, Doss, why do you make it hard for people to work with you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Me? And she's like, no, not you per se, but like just in general. Why do we make it hard for people to work with us? And that question used to be applied to anything, and any process that was implemented. If someone had to click an extra place to go somewhere else before they can get to information that we were trying to provide, her thing was, that's making our client work harder to get information that we should readily provide. How do we make it easy for people to work with us? Let's make it easy. Let's make it easy for them to get to information. And that's something I always try to remember. Just this morning, I had someone give me feedback on the site. And one of the things they said is, I know your site front to back. I love hearing that, by the way. Like, thank you for visiting the website. And so she knows where to go to shop for our merchandise. But one of the things that I forgot was that when I wasn't really focused on the merchandise or our apparel, I hit it. Like it's in the more button, but it's like not one of the top buttons. And so, and even though it's part of like our first 3 call outs, clearly it wasn't prominent enough. So instead of me saying to her like, oh, well, see, you just go to more, or see, just go here, that literally made me think, Nicole, why would you make people work hard if what you want for them is to have more of an experience of picking the item they want? Like, I don't want you to break a sweat because you're trying to figure out how to get to the store. So it is my job to make that easy for you. So I did a couple things. I made sure that it was right next to the home page. So when you see home and a navigation button, you just click on shop. Even though we have those 3 call out buttons that say shop with us, the fact she didn't see it meant that she didn't know that was a place that she would go to the store. So now we have more call outs that say shop with Prestige. And so that it's more prominent, that so when you understand, this is where you go to shop with us. So that's something to think about. What are some of the things you can do to make it easy for your tribe to get access to information or access to, whatever product or service that you're providing? Think about it. Because remember, we broke these things out into 3 sections: for your brand, for your tribe, and for you. So right now we're breaking down what's for your tribe. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some discounts, but we're also going to make it easy for them. So yes, easy to get to the thing that it is that you're selling, but also let's talk about easy to even know what the heck to buy from you. And so if you are like me, I have a pretty extensive store. I only put maybe 5 or 6 collections out. But once you get into that collection, if you look to your left-hand side, there's like 10 to like 12 different collections that we have, but I didn't want to overwhelm the customer by putting out all of those collections. So I probably really just try to put out the ones that I think are the most effective, or not the most effective, but the ones that like I think people would like the most, that are most relevant. And even with that being like carefully thought out, actually, I'm lying, y'all. I got 12 collections that I published out that you can see. And so that means I have even more that you can have access to. And so that means each collection has a certain logo, and then that logo then is on different things, whether it's a t-shirt, a hoodie, leggings, joggers, fanny pack, like a tote bag. I don't care. You name it, that's what it's on. So one of the things I got from feedback was like, oh my gosh, it's just so much. And so the person like couldn't decide, like, what do I get? Like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to get. So like, I want to get everything, but I can't afford to get everything. So what do I get? And so I said, don't you worry. Of course, she got a set. So I'm super excited. She got the Girl Boss jogger set. But I was like, you know what? I want to make it easier for my people to like get what they want. So I'm going to put out every week, like an idea, like a gift idea. Like, you know what? You should get this. Or if you know a girl boss who's starting her business and you know how hard it is, get her this. Like if you want to gift her this would be something really cute you can gift her for Christmas. I want to help give ideas so that if you don't know what to get and you're like really like frustrated, like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Don't worry. I want to help you. I'm going to put forth really cute giftable items from my page that will help you figure out how to give a really cute gift to either yourself as a girl boss or to the girl boss in your life. What can you do, boss? What can you do to make it easy for your people to know how they can use your brand for the holiday seasons? How they can gift, how they can gift to themselves. What is it that they can do? Because I think I bought quite a lot of stuff for Christmas for myself. It's time for me to start shopping for the family. So, and I don't know, it's like weird because like it's not even December yet, and like we're already like in full. By the time Christmas comes, y'all, we gonna be so tired of Christmas because we made Christmas so early this year because we just needed something positive to hold on to in this whole pandemic. I mean, I know everybody's feeling it because we all celebrating Christmas in November, and I know a lot of my friends, that's not what we normally do. But like, I just feel like we're going to be tired of it. But at least it also gives us enough time to prep the brand, right? To spend some time and giving these ideas to people of what they can do. Give them enough opportunity from whatever their paid dates are, whenever it's payday, to then even plan out when they're going to get which gift for whomever. So really think about how you're going to help them. But let's now jump into you. Let's jump into what you need to do to prep for the holiday season for you. I need you to hustle, but I need you to take some time off. And I know you're like, but I can't. And I know there's like this whole team of like, we never sleep or sleep is for suckers. And can I just give like just a quick shout out? I love the brand Sleep is for Suckers. I'm 110% all for David Shands. But like as a 41-year-old woman, sleep is not stupid for me. I'm at the age where I can have a stroke. I'm at the age where like high bouts of stress can cause me to not only stroke out, but to like lose hair, have a heart attack. I listen, healthy lifestyle is what I need because your girl is at the age where I just need that. So listen, enjoy your family. 2020 was really jacked up. I believe a friend of mine said it best, where she said, we have dealt with trauma and haven't realized it yet, and we're not talking about it. And I don't think we really realized that what we experienced, or I don't think we related to trauma. I think we just related to like, oh, this is really messed up and we really just hate that this is what we're going through. But the reality is that we are traumatized. Some people, not all. For those who truly out here living in a pandemic world, wearing masks, not, coming together with family during the holidays, social distancing for those who have lost loved ones during the pandemic and couldn't be there with them, those who, whoever who's gotten sick and had to be sick and heal on their own. When we talk about all of these different things that people have experienced in 2020, that is really traumatic. I mean, the first time they even put us on lockdown was scary because we just knew we were going to be moving into martial law. So it was really a new space for us, new territory. I think that it is very commendable how we all began to navigate in this new normal very quickly. But I have to say that, it's very interesting that we've just been hustling. We've been working our businesses. Businesses have actually done better in online sales and their e-commerce platforms than what they've experienced pre-pandemic. I think women did a phenomenal job pivoting their businesses. But it's stressful. It is definitely stressful. Because as we have been hustling, we've also been trying to teach our kids while they've been home. And we've been doing all these different things. And so you're about to enter 2021 with the same kind of hustle. And if you really want to go into 2021 with a spirit that is refreshed and renewed, with energy, with momentum, with ambition, with intentions that are clear and anchored in purpose, you have to allow for a time for refresh and renew. You need to allow a time for you to reset your CEO button. And if you're going to do that, then you need to put your out of office on in your company email. You need to kindly let folks know that the company is closed for whether it's a week. We shutting down December 21st. We will be back January 2nd. That's just what it is. That's just, I need that time. I'm not there to answer emails. I'm not, you might see a post here or there. I am really shutting down and I am enjoying my family. I am going to make memories for my daughters and I am going to make memories for my husband. So really focusing on that is going to be very important for me. I love my tribe. I love all of my clients and customers, but this is a non-negotiable for me because that's what I'm going to need if I'm going to take on January like a beast. If I'm going to take on the new year like a beast, your girl needs to rest. So that's something I want for you too. And I know that we are told to grind, but understanding what the action of grinding or the definition of grinding really means, and it means to rub or to rub hard together or rub together into dust. Do you really want to cause so much friction and so much quote unquote grinding in your life that you now are just dust? That you no longer exist? That now you're all tired? That you done stroked out? Now you have a heart attack? No, because then whatever else you were trying to accomplish can't be accomplished because you was grinding yourself until you got all bent out of shape and sick. Enjoy this time. Enjoy this season. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Get new ideas about your business. Get excited about these new ideas. Put some dates out to go ahead and push it out for the new year. I mean, this is the time for you to really take a mini sabbatical and really allow yourself that moment or that time to get it together. All right, guys, I got to go because I literally have 10,672 things that I have to do because until December 21st, your girl will be doing just that, grinding. All right, I'm going to go. Have a wonderful, awesome, and most of all, blessed day. Bye.